When Susan went into labor, Charity was the first person James called. She rushed to the hospital, arriving breathless and anxious, only to find James pacing the corridor. "The doctors said she'll be fine," he said, rubbing his forehead nervously. Charity placed a hand on his arm, murmuring, "She's strong. Everything will be okay." Hours later, when a nurse came out smiling and announced, "It's a girl," Susan's joyous cry echoed from the delivery room. Charity followed James inside, and the sight of Susan holding a tiny newborn overwhelmed her. "Meet Jessica," Susan whispered proudly. Charity forced a smile as she touched the baby's small fingers, whispering, "Welcome, little angel." But beneath the affection, she felt a painful twist. Another blessing had fallen into Susan's hands, a loving marriage, a beautiful home, and now a child. She swallowed her emotions, reminding herself to stay composed, even as her heart crumbled. In the weeks that followed, Charity became even more present in their home. She bathed Jessica, sang to her, and took night shifts when Susan was exhausted. Neighbors praised her devotion, saying, "Charity is like a second mother to that child." Susan trusted her completely, often saying, "I don't know what I'd do without you." Charity smiled each time, though the warmth of the home made her feel trapped between love and envy. She watched Susan heal, watched James dote on both mother and child, watched the harmony of the household flourish around her. She would stand by the crib at night whispering, "You're so lucky, Jessica. You'll never know struggle." Sometimes she imagined the house belonging to her, and Jessica alone, a thought she quickly pushed away, but which returned stronger each time she visited. Soon, helping them no longer felt like kindness. It felt like she was inching toward a life she wished were hers. Tiny cracks began to appear in Charity and Susan's relationship. Susan, overwhelmed with caring for her newborn, unintentionally made remarks that stung Charity deeply. One afternoon, while reorganizing the baby's wardrobe, Susan laughed lightly and said, "Charity, do you fold clothes like someone who's never managed a home before?" Susan had meant no harm, but the words cut sharply. Charity forced a small laugh, replying, "Well, I try." Inside, however, her mind churned. She thought, even motherhood comes naturally to you. Another day, when Charity suggested a different feeding routine, Susan gently corrected her, saying, "No, Jessica prefers it this way." Charity nodded quietly, suppressing the irritation rising in her chest. She continued helping, but her inner resentment grew stronger, feeding off every innocent comment that mistakenly made her feel lesser.